we are once again at the Pleasantview Museum. I'm having way too much fun with this, and it's dragging out so much longer than I intended, but I don't even care. So, I have done a little bit of editing on the top. I tried to find like a roof trim, I guess, but I'm not so set on that yet. I added some things, just like a snake skeleton, some fossils, not too much, some rabbits in the snake display. You can see the new posters where I've moved the pottery and also added like that little moss ball thing. Not a ton of changes, but it was needed. My game crashed like 3 or 4 times too, so I started changing my mind. But now we're gonna work on the staff area, which took me so long, especially when I don't even have like Sims that technically in this neighborhood even work here or have anything to do with it. It became problematic for me really quickly. I also chose that specific toilet paper roll because I don't know if you've ever worked at like a business where everybody's a little bit lazy sometimes. Like that happened so often, especially when it was like a smaller place. Oh, it drove me nuts. Anyway, I'm working on the little staff bathroom here. Like I said, I did keep the original flooring that was in here when it was an H&M because it made me laugh. And also, I don't mind it. Like, it looks like generic, commercial, jazzy looking flooring. I don't know. There's nothing wrong with it, so it got to stay, basically. As you can see, I can now open the comfort category and actually put an office chair in here. Again, I don't know who specifically is going to work in this office, so while I did decorate it a bit to the nines, like, who knows who actually is working here? I should pick one of the Sims and just be like, yeah, they work here. I don't think I have anybody, like, in the natural scientist career or in the adventure career, I can't remember. And I could look, but I'm being lazy. I did put that Tibble calendar up, though, because it made me laugh. And yeah, I've just got some kind of basic desk clutter here. The game was freezing up a storm, but it was fine. And then I wanted like 2 chairs, just even though it's a small cramped space, I have been in offices exactly like this. And yes, they will put as many chairs as they can in the teeniest, tiniest little rooms. Because you never know really what you're gonna need to accommodate it, what kind of situations are going down. You never know. I do really like this desk. It's from the Sims 4 High School pack. And I think it works really well here. And I chose kind of smaller chairs to make them fit a little bit better. You can see there's a safe. I've got some decorative stuff going on, like the sunflower and everything. This is not meant to be a functional space, so I didn't really care if Sims could get in here or not. Because the Uberhood is strictly a challenge. I don't know what I'm going to do with it when I finish and when it's actually an Uberhood. I mean, the goal was, because I'd be playing through only adding so many Sims at a time, that by the time I added all of the neighborhoods, it wouldn't be so overwhelming with all the households, so maybe at that point I can actually play it like a story sort of neighborhood. I don't know. I'm nowhere near that point, so we'll see what happens. I also wanted to put the mousetrap because I've kind of decorated this space a little messy. There's like loose cookies and things like that, so I imagine whoever works in this office is a bit messy, and as a result, we got mice. It's a problem. I thought I had a printer and I couldn't find one, but they still get printer paper. Doesn't matter. And I just threw the mail on the floor. Because why not? Yeah, it's a pretty plain space. Again, like, realistically speaking, it's gonna be a plain space. This is an office. Gave him one of those little plastic mat things. What was I looking for? Oh, I was looking for something to put on the wall. I should have put a plant in there, like, in retrospect, but I wanted wall stuff. just like the general, again, if you worked like in a commercial like retail or whatever, like talk to your manager, da 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 da. Maybe that other pink one's about like workplace relationships, like you never know. Just the general posters that you're gonna see. I don't remember what I chose for the last one. I think I chose, yeah, I did choose that one. It's kind of schoolish more than workish, which is absolutely an official term, but it works. And then just plain old overhead light. I also decided to put a fire extinguisher in here because realistically there should be more around, so that's where it went. As you can see, the outside's had a couple changes, but I haven't really committed to anything yet. Okay, we got like a little coat rack, umbrella stand. Those gray things are meant to be employee lockers, and now I have to begin sorting all of the CC that I have set aside for basically staff stuff. Because this is where they're going to eat. I wanted to make sure that they also had like some personal belongings back here, bags, books, just little things. And since I've been putting it all here over a period of a couple days, like I didn't really remember everything that I had grabbed. So obviously there's way more bags than necessary and multiple umbrella stands, so I'm just like, okay, what in here do I need to keep? What do I not need to keep? It was kind of a lot. I'm also finding more clutter that I can put in that little corner office. So I figure a place like this probably has about 5 employees, and then plus the director who's in charge. Because you need cleaning staff, people to run the front desk, and then you need people to kind of explain what they're gonna see, and also maybe a security guard. The restaurant, I'm gonna imagine, is run by like an outside kind of companies. Not franchised in, but like, yeah, there'll be like a Starbucks in a place and it's not run by the museum, but they just want them there so that they can keep people there longer. I don't know. I don't know how it works. I almost used this sink, but the lighting, there's like a shadow and it was really bothering me. And I could move it a little bit, but like I couldn't move it a ton or else the shadow went into the other room. And I didn't like that gap. So I was just like, all right, fine. I do like this little trash as well. I was sad that I did not have matching upper cabinets to the set that I chose, and I could have changed it, but I didn't want to. I wanted to use this set. So, simmer problems. I'm so excited for you to see the end. Like, I don't even want to show you this part. Like, I just want to skip ahead and be like, look at it, isn't it pretty? But I will show you what it looks like, or my process. I wanted to add another counter, so I finally decided to just move the trash. And then I kept having to turn that sheet on and off. And now I gotta edit down all of the kind of food-related clutter that I've grabbed. I did decide to put a working coffee machine down here. I don't know if they can reach it. I might have to do some editing in the future to make sure they can reach it. But I do want some functional stuff on this lot because the goal is Sims can come here and obviously view artwork, but they also need some stuff to do. So there's gonna be a coffee machine, the restaurant, the gift shop. I'm gonna try to put some more interactive items as well. Like off the top of my head, I can think I want the ant farm in that little kids section that I'm planning upstairs. I'm actually really happy with the CC that I had for this. Like those little coffee cups. I've worked in multiple places where they just offer the bare minimum type cups. They're like, here, they're really crappy and they fall apart, but it works. They've got a coffee pot and like, I imagine the other one's like tea. The casseroles, probably somebody's meal. I wanted to make sure there was also a toaster oven because I had like little bagels that I wanted. And then just some basic free utensils that build up because of birthdays and things like that. People bring them in and then they just sit in your staff room. I really wanted to use those baskets, but they had labels, so it didn't work for like a staff setting. So I put the bagels. The wooden tray probably is a little fancier than it needs to be, but whatever. Just kind of plopped a little Rubik's Cube just to make it seem a little lived in, like maybe somebody set it down. Folded up chairs too, just for extra seating if they need it for whatever reason. Fridge so they can obviously eat. Tables were hard for me because I couldn't find what I wanted. Like, I wanted a round table, but I wanted one with like 4 legs. And I couldn't find one that I liked, so I settled. And I liked the table that I chose, but I was definitely settling. But it's a pretty color, so it works. I feel like it would fall over. And then I had to find chairs, and I realized I didn't have a chair that matched those folding chairs. So I was like, well, crap. And I just went with the chairs that delighted me, that are the newest acquisition, so that's what we got. They have flamingos on them and I regret nothing. I really like that bagel CC. It's so pretty. And yeah, now I just kind of have to whittle some things down. I decided to keep these books in like the Walmart looking bags just because I feel like maybe they're things that were in the gift store, or maybe employees are allowed to borrow books on what's in the museum, and so that's their equivalent of a library because they don't have a lot of money or funds. I wanted to give her a file cabinet. I keep saying her, like, who knows who works in this office. Them. I wanted to give them a file cabinet, but I didn't have one, so I just went with like a placeholder looking thing for now. I might go back and change that. But inadvertently, when you're the boss, your office kind of becomes storage. Because there's not a ton of storage in this place. There's only 2 storage areas. Okay, so here's the final place. I had to stop because it was so long. There's post-it notes above the sink, which makes me laugh. Like, maybe they're passive-aggressive. That was my thought anyways. And then someone's got nice lunch there. Can I stop jumping around? And there's food on the tables. It's not a big deal. And then I put up a bulletin board because I wanted to make sure that the walls weren't super empty. And then I kind of grabbed this because I figure things that end up not being displayed, they can still put and use to make their staff room nice. You can see there's that little bullhorn thing because in The Sims 2, when you run a business, there's a point where they can like rally employees, so I thought that was kind of funny. Just kind of doing some last minute finishing touches. It's pretty much the same poster, but it works. And then I want to add these items to the office, which I don't get to add as many as I would have preferred, just because there wasn't a lot of space. But I put some lotions. I put the little flask back there too, because again, it amused me. Thought it was funny. I also made sure I was recoloring these ahead of time because when you layer too many of them, it's really hard to grab them. Did like a little makeup bag. You know, it's just general things that have somehow ended up in this office. Also, finding which one of these fit this level was very irritating. I finally did. Because usually I can guess and I can get pretty close the first time, but I was not having that luck. So we got like a little mini calendar, Kleenex, bottle of water. Nothing major, just little things you would expect to see in this kind of place. we're pretty much done. So yeah, let me know what you guys think, if this looks like anywhere that you've had to work, like the back staff area. If you have any ideas who technically should work here in terms of the Pleasantview Sims, because that's all who's unlocked right now, I'm curious to know what you think. And yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and let you guys go. If you like this video, definitely give it a like, and I will see you in the next one.